Chase Lee Hockey here with the Blue Futon, and out of the theaters, I saw Inu-Oh. Have I heard this movie? Absolutely not. I just know it's a rock opera from Japan. Let's see if you just watch this off. So Inu-Oh, what's it about? It's a very simple premise, actually. It's kind of a folklore story of spirits, death, monsters, people in general, and what they're willing to do to just not let other people survive and want the power and just the greed, the narcissism of me being number one. And this movie does it in a nice little package of rock and roll and craziness involved. So did I like this movie? Like I said, I did not know what I was getting myself into. Not a single thing. But I enjoyed what I saw on screen. I enjoyed the animation. And I was not expecting 70% of the movie being a musical. And what I mean by a musical, I literally mean like an animated character dancing as well as someone playing the guitar and the drums. And like the harp, if you want to put it, or the cello, as well as singing about these folklores from Japan. So with that, I'll get the negatives of the movie first. With this movie, with a lot of the singing and the 70% of the singing, I didn't know where the story was trying to go. It does open up very different about, a dad getting basically cut in half, blindness, these monks on kind of on a mountain that are doing the little guitar things, as well as this random monster, and you don't know why this monster's there, as well as why does no one care that this is weird-ass monster with a long-ass arm. So there's a little disbelief and a little confusion of like, where are we trying to go and how is this even possible about no one really caring? No one caring that there's like a baby Ruth from the Goonies with the extended arm just roaming through the town. Like, no one cares. No one's like, what the fuck is that? And just very different on that level. But when you continue on the story, it does give a little bit of details of who this monster is and who are these different characters. But I feel like a lot of the characters in the background, and you kind of want to know what is happening and why these characters are doing what they're doing. And it really doesn't do it in such a way of where the viewers like, I go from timeline to timeline to timeline. It can be a little bit confusing, and it was for me. The animation can be a little janky for some. For me, some of it worked on some levels, like the dancing scenes and the musical scenes. It was absolutely fantastic. But when the character was dancing in its like long leg form, it felt a little bit weird in my opinion, as well as the flashbacks of going to the time in today and then the time like 20,000 years ago. Okay, I made it completely made up. We'll go with 2,000 years ago, and that timeline jump didn't really work for me as well. But when looking at the right animation of the straight up colors, the bonkersness of a musical opera, rock and roll in this time and place, I was enjoying the music. I was the only one in the theater, and I was just like rocking my socks off, like, fuck yeah, rock and roll all the way. And it was pretty fun to watch this musical opera coming from this time period of like, this is the new Elvis. This was the first Elvis. I'm sorry. Of the girls just going crazy in the crowd of like, oh my gosh, who's this person behind the mask? And this crazy rock and roll, we're just going fucking crazy, mosh pitting. And it's just really fun to watch the colorfulness, the nice animation, as well as the story. Because once the story gets going, of like, what this character is and how it connects to these like narcissistic characters on the top and this just fame, if you want to put it that way, it does flesh out of like what people are willing to censor and what people are willing to backstab for people and who are they, what's the real mask. And I think that's a good underlying message of this movie is everyone has a mask. Who is the person behind the mask, and is that person really going to show their true colors? Just in my opinion. And there is splurts of just gore out of nowhere. You're just like, oh, the person, oh, that's what we're going to go with that gore. But overall, I think Inu-Oh is a good animated movie. It is fun. It is unique. It is different. Is it for everyone? Absolutely not. If you don't like rock, I don't think you're going to like this movie. If you like talking, I'll put it that way, I don't know if you're going to like this movie because, like I said, about 70% of this movie is, I will call it, a musical. Be forewarned. That's your warning. So, Inu-Oh, will receive a 3.5 out of 5 Futons, which equals that 70%. So see the critics' review scores gave this one. So the critics and audience scored 89%, 44 critics, and fewer than 50 users scored. And here's critic consensus. I'm not going to know how to pronounce his name. Fans will come to Inu-Oh expecting a visual feast, and this musical animated extravaganza won't leave them disappointed. I have to agree. I wasn't expecting this much musical extravaganza, and it did deliver on that premise. So 89-70. Chase Talk with the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of Blue Futon Tokyo. You Blue Futonians, thanks for watching. Have a great day. And I had to see this today because it was leaving this weekend for Beast and Dragon Ball Super. So luckily, I saw it with only being in theaters for 1 week only.